Oh man, where do I even begin with the Acolyte? It's pretty bad. It's not good. It falls into all the same problems the rest of the Disney Plus shows do. It feels cheap, it's super boring, the storyline is just not that great. Had potential, which again, I feel like a lot of these things that Star Wars ends up doing has a lot of potential, but just there's no substance here. The characters make really stupid decisions. It's so boring. They have to use an interesting villain igniting his lightsaber to keep viewers interested. There's a lot here that just are telltale signs that this is not going to be good and isn't good right now. The Acolyte is pretty much what we all thought it was going to be. I'd say not as bad yet, but we still got 6 episodes. I'll give it time. If you haven't seen The Acolyte, I would maybe recommend not watching The Acolyte. But if you haven't seen it and care about spoilers, go ahead, click away, watch those 2 episodes, and then come back here. But if you're someone who just doesn't care about spoilers or who has already seen the episode, let's go jump into this thing. I just want to say, before I describe the plot, I don't remember any names. The show opens with an assassin tracking down a Jedi to kill. She finally finds her at a bar on some planet, I don't remember. And the assassin's all like, "Hey Jedi, you should come kill me, attack me right now in all your anger, all your hate," something like that. And this Jedi lady's all like, "No, I'm a defender of peace, I don't do that crap." And so the assassin's like, "Fine, I'm gonna take everyone out in the bar." And so she just absolutely wrecks on all these people in the bar. And then after all the people are defeated, then the Jedi decides, "Oh, I should defend them." So she starts fighting against this assassin, not even pulling out her lightsaber. She's not worth that much effort. Until finally she does pull out the lightsaber. She absolutely wrecks this assassin. This assassin's not winning this fight, by no means. Then all of a sudden, the bartender's still there, and this assassin lady's like, "Oh shoot, she's a Jedi. She's not gonna let this dude die." So she flings a knife at the dude, and the Jedi's all like, "Oh no." So she stops it with the Force, but that opens her up to a knife blow, and the Jedi dies, because apparently a knife to the chest is a lot more of a fatal blow than a lightsaber entirely through your body. Anyway, we cut to who we think is the assassin, working as a mechanic. Yes, that's the name for a mechanic in Star Wars now. What has happened to this franchise I loved? What has happened? Anyway, she's working on this ship, then Jedi come over to investigate her, where we find out that she was a former Padawan. And they're like, "Hey, did you kill this Jedi Master?" And she's like, "No, I didn't do that crap." And then the guy from the bar comes in and he's like, "Yeah, that's her. She tried to kill me. And she killed the Jedi." And so they arrest her. But instead of taking her with them to Coruscant, they then sent her on a separate prison transport, only guarded by one droid, with a bunch of different prisoners. And the prison transport takes her to Coruscant, even though they're right there. It doesn't make sense. You'll find yourself saying that a lot throughout this show. Anyway, there's a prison break on the prison ship, but main lady doesn't get on an escape pod. So she ends up just strapping herself in and ends up surviving spaceship crash from space, going down from space all the way to the planet's surface. She just survives that. This is stupid. How did she survive this? And Jedi Lady died because she got a knife in the chest. What is going on with Star Wars? Anyway, word gets back to the Jedi really stupidly. I'm not going to get into that. That this lady crashed onto the planet, and her old master is like, "Well, she's alive. I'm going to go search for her." So he takes a team of Jedi with him to go search for this main lady to take her back to Coruscant. They find her, and she's like, "Yo, it wasn't me. It was my twin sister. She's alive." And former master is all like, "But I saw her die." And main lady's like, "But it's her. It's her. It's not me." And so he's like, "Fair enough. That's enough to convince me." So they're all friends again. She's on the team, and they go off to hunt down this assassin. Then at the end of the first episode, assassin lady's on some beach, and a Sith Lord guy, maybe, we don't know, is giving a horrible monologue about the Jedi and about killing the dream and how lightsaber and steel can't kill a Jedi, even though she just killed a Jedi with a knife. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, and then he ignites his blade, revealing a red lightsaber. Ooh, he's a bad guy. And then we fade to the credits. That's the first episode of The Acolyte. I'm not going to go over the second. To be really honest, I don't remember a ton in the second episode. Plus, it's not really necessary to cover it for this review. I think the biggest problem I have with this show is the story. And I'm not going to lie. When I watched the trailers, the show looked pretty bad. But I did think the story was interesting. And that's usually enough to make me watch something, besides Star Wars being in the title. So I thought going into the show we were going to get a murder mystery about some person who is able to wield magic going around killing a bunch of Jedi in the Old Republic era. That sounded pretty interesting to me. But instead, we don't get a murder mystery at all. We know by the end of the first episode who is killing all these Jedi. And she's not even killing all these Jedi. She's killed one Jedi in the first episode. And we're all of a sudden like, whoa, she's bad news. She doesn't even really overpower the Jedi or threaten the Jedi whatsoever. She just happens to get lucky that some innocent bystander is there who she can then throw a knife at and distract the Jedi so then she can kill the Jedi. And to be honest, with all that Star Wars has set, again, she shouldn't have died from the knife blade. I'm getting off track. Anyway, we know it's her twin sister at the end of the first episode. So we know who's going around trying to kill all these Jedi at the very beginning. So the mystery's gone. It's stupid. It's dumb. And I think they know that the story is not that great. I think they know that. And I think that's why at the end of the first episode, they put that maybe Sith Lord dude at the very end and show him igniting his lightsaber blade. It's to bait you into watching the rest of the series because the premise in and of itself is not interesting enough. The show in and of itself is not interesting enough to hold your attention throughout 8 episodes. So they have to tease this future villain. They have to show you this future villain with the lightsaber so you know that lightsaber fights are coming so that you'll stick around watching the show. To me, that's just a sign that this is not good. To me, that just screams that we know this show isn't great, but we want you to keep watching. And I'm just like, man, you had an interesting premise at the very beginning, but you blew it within the first episode. So now all my interest, all the mystery is gone. I really don't care about Sith Dude. I really don't. Yes, it would be cool to see Old Republic lightsaber duels, but I have no reason to care right now because the mystery is gone. And maybe a reason I would keep on watching is because I like the characters, but the characters here are just not that likable. I do like Old Master Guy, but he's not enough to carry the show. The characters aren't great, and the assassin lady, whose name is May, she's the only character whose name I remember, is so unthreatening as an antagonist. I literally don't know how she's killing these Jedi. She's getting so lucky. She's also pretty dumb. In the second episode, she goes to kill a Jedi who's meditating and has a force shield around him. She finds this out when she goes to stab him, and she can't get through the barrier. Many people with common sense would maybe hit the barrier one more time, then figure out they're not going to be able to get through this and start thinking about other ways to get through the barrier. What May decides to do is for almost a minute, keep hitting the barrier. What? Why? It's stupid. So I feel absolutely no threat towards our main characters because the person they're chasing is of absolutely no danger to anyone in the Jedi Order. She's proven time and time again, without the help of the Jedi she's trying to defeat, she can't defeat them. So it's just like, where are the stakes? How am I supposed to get invested? How am I supposed to fear for the main characters? I can't. And also, it's stupid. The whole Acolyte kills without a weapon is so stupid. She literally defeated the Jedi with a knife. That's a weapon the last time I checked. How does that work? How is that not a weapon? It's just I don't understand. I don't understand the thought process behind the show. I do want to say a couple good things about the show. I do want to say it's not completely garbage. I do think some of the visuals are pretty good. And I like that Disney is going to the Old Republic era. I like that. I don't think they should keep trying to milk things from the original trilogy, so I like that they're going backwards, the more prequel routes. Now, do I wish it wasn't in their own High Republic era? Yes, absolutely. But I do like that they're trending towards that direction with a couple of these next projects. The Acolyte is not off to a good start. It's really boring. The characters aren't really likable or intriguing. The story has lost pretty much all of its mystery, intrigue. Through 2 episodes, The Acolyte, it's not looking too great. Could that change by episode 8? Yeah, it could. But it's not looking great right now. But that's what I thought about The Acolyte. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought. As always, I appreciate y'all stopping by, watching this video. It means so much to me. And I really do appreciate you guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button. Hit subscribe. I hate mentioning this stuff, but it really does help support the channel. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys and hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And until next time, peace out, bro skillets.